Frugal Crafter. I'm here with Kathy and Lorraine. We're all back together. We're reunited and it feels so good.
There you go.
How was Florida?
It was wonderful.
Why did you come back? Why in the world?
Not sad. I know, and I
me.
missed that snow. My husband still works, so I came back with him.
Oh man, yes, we had a heck of a winter. But actually, it's like Lorraine's been here the whole time because we've had the we taped the episodes. And how's your month been so far?
Good. Actually, I guess this is a new month, but last month I had a birthday. My husband had a birthday, and
Yes.
made an awesome meal this weekend for my husband. The kids cooked all homemade. Good stuff.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
got to have chocolate cake twice for
Oh,
with a
yum.
legit excuse. Which
Yum,
I had
that's
some for
good.
breakfast.
That's
Good.
Well, I started my booth down at the schoolhouse, and I did a little booth tour about that, and that's going really well. I didn't expect to even
more than
make...
started it. She's just selling by leaps and bounds.
Yes, I didn't expect I would even cover rent for the first 3 months, so I was pretty excited. And the cool thing about, like, I did a video to share how I set my booth up, and I sold a bunch of stuff from viewers, so it was so exciting.
So local viewers.
No, I have to ship, but it really got me thinking about, like, online sales.
I was
and
impressed
stuff,
by that
and
local viewer.
Anybody remain? They're all snowbound there.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I gotta ship it. They're not even crossing the bridge to Brewer to buy.
No.
We hate to cross the bridge.
Oh yeah.
But I did want to let anybody know, if you are thinking about starting a handmade business or you have one and you need a little help, then my friend Renee over at Rich Mom Business has a new 100% free course. It's called the 6-Figure Handmade Business Strategy, and she'll show you how she created a 6-figure handmade business herself. And
Wow.
I guess I better be doing that.
yeah, you ought to check it out.
Because I really need to start going to work, and it would be
Yes.
nice if I don't have to, go out. 'Cause
Right.
my girls are just 11. We were just talking about that the thought of them being on their own because they're too old to go into daycare.
Exactly, and you can make your own hours.
It's terrifying. So wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, and she does webinars once in a while, but this is an actual course, so it's 100% free. And she says, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything in this course. Just come take the course. It's 100% teaching and substance. So check it out. I'll put a link below if you want to find it. It's richmombusiness.com/handmade training. Renee's a friend of mine, and she is just fantastic. And I think I've been kind of like on the fence about doing a website. I kind of like to have a website where I could sell classes or I could sell products, but I just don't want to be locked to the computer all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do or where to go. I don't want to do Etsy because you have to pay every time you list something, and then you've got to pay a percentage to PayPal, plus 30 cents, and unless
And
you're
I
selling...
also just saw something, and they were questioning whether Etsy was like over.
Yes, I've heard that too, because they've started to
Yeah.
let non-handmade people come in, so
yeah.
it's so confusing. And my husband's offered to help, but I don't want to send him down the wrong path, and he works full time, so I kind of feel bad. I feel like I'm on the computer more than I want to be, and
Yes, it is.
I don't want to push. I don't want to have him tied up in that too. So I've signed up for the class. It's free.
Okay,
The
awesome.
first installment starts Tuesday, which is the day this video publishes.
So that's how it
So-
works. You have to not actually there, but you do have to be there at a particular time. It's not
Yeah, I think they
watch
send you.
when you get around
Yeah, I
it.
think
Okay.
they send you a
link
link when
to get
it's
in.
when it's
Okay.
live. So I'll let you know, because I'm
You'll
gonna do
have
it.
to
So
yeah,
let me
awesome.
know. Leave me a comment in a couple days. I'll let you know how the first installment went anyway.
How many
but,
weeks is it, do you know?
Let's see.
We can all take this class and then get together later.
Yes,
for
we'll
6
talk
figures
about
in
it.
Hawaii.
Yeah. Oh, with our 6 figures. Yes, that would be
yeah.
nice. Yeah. Wouldn't that be good?
It's a plan.
Yes, that sounds good. I'm not sure how many installments it is actually.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's probably like 3 or so. I don't
That
know.
sounds reasonable.
But yeah, check it out. It's free.
Sounds
now.
worth it either way.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, there's
You
that.
guys can watch us. Then
Yes.
you can watch this.
Watch us be all successful. All right, well, I refilled the jar yesterday. It took me 4 hours. I went through the last 5 videos because we had gotten caught up before Lorraine left, and then you guys kept us busy. So I washed the jar. It's not so hazy and dusty, just a little hazy and dusty. But we've got a fresh supply of questions.
That would be frost. It's not haze.
It's frost. Yeah. It actually doesn't feel as bad down here today.
No,
It's not
it
bad.
doesn't.
So I
No,
think
not
it's over
bad.
50. Once we get to 55, then my space heater can
warm
kind of
up.
keep
Yeah.
up with things. So who wants to read the first question? Oh, yay.
Okay.
All right. I printed it off in Comic Sans. I know everybody gives. I hate how people hate the font Comic Sans because it is so easy to read. Like, as coming from being a radio person, things printed in Comic Sans are easier to read than things printed in Times New Roman
I
or Arial.
See it because I come from law office, so
No,
Times New Roman. That's all we use. So
Yeah,
that's what
Comic
I always.
Sans is easy to read. This is
Yeah.
I find that anyway.
That's nice to know.
So stop hating on the Comic Sans, people. It has a place. Maybe not in like advertising or text ads, but it has a place.
So Jill Graff asked, have you used iridescent medium with watercolors? Would it make watercolor paints look like the Ninja ones?
The
Ninja.
Yes, it will.
Ninja.
Actually.
I like ninja ones.
Ninja.
I said ninja.
Crafty ninja with a crafty paint.
Ninja.
Yes, it will. It's it'll turn.
She had coffee before we got here.
I know, my coffee's almost done. Yes, it will. And I've used the Winsor Newton iridescent medium, and it works great. It's just the shimmer, like the pearl shimmer, with no color in it. You add your own watercolor to it.
Sounds good. Okay, Ms. Sarah 999 says, what type of spiral bound machine do you have and recommend? Thanks.
Oh, I'll grab it. I might tip down a whole pile of.
And I have one just like it that I ordered because she got it and it was on sale and I don't have it out of the box yet.
Oh, wow.
Are you serious? You
At least you have
got
it. At least you have it.
I
Well,
have
this,
it.
is it. So this does a comb binding. Is yours a comb? So it punches this row of like rectangles, and then you can use comb the binding combs with it. You might be able to use the spiral ones too. I like
bet
the
you
combs
could
because you
probably
don't have to
fit them
feed them through. And the reason I went with this is a General Binding Corporation Comb Bind C75. I went with this because it was $19
Yeah.
on mybinding.com. I
That's
don't know
why I got
if they
it.
have it anymore. The regular price was crazy. It was expensive. It's a rugged machine. But I got it to do, oh, it's awfully dusty. Don't pay any attention. These lights make everything look dusty. Oh, it's awful. But I got it to do my scrapbook calendars that I give my parents and my mother-in-law every year because I make it kind of like an album, and then it can be kept, and then you have kind of like our documentation of everything you did all year. Because I don't know about you, I write my appointments on my calendar.
I do.
And then you've got pages
I
already
remember.
done. So I mean, right, so it's nice to have that binding machine. And the reason I went with this as opposed to a Zutter Bind It All or a Cinch is because it will go. I can actually put 12-inch paper in here. I think like if I slide that dial all the way
Looks
around.
completely that you can. Yeah.
And I'm always gonna be able to get comb binding. It's a standard office supply, so it's less expensive than the binding
So that's
combs.
the black, white,
You can get
plastic.
any
you
little
color,
color,
in it.
any
Figured
color in the
Yeah,
world.
but that just
That's what she
if
said.
people don't really know
Yeah.
comb on it, because I kind of think when you say comb, I want to think of it as being like a finer, narrower.
Oh, well, I'll show you.
Just
I got
because
some over
of
here. I'll grab
just
one.
because of the word comb,
Yeah.
teeth comb teeth or whatever are
Yeah,
finer, but
that's
you just
true.
need the.
Here you
Yep,
go.
just a
Yeah.
little, and you
Oh,
can
yeah,
use.
got a whole package of
Yeah,
those,
and
too.
you can use. I wait till I stare at Martin's at the dollar store and I grab them because they're all the same. So you can buy them from
haven't run out
anyone.
yet.
You can buy them
And you can cut
anywhere.
them,
Cut
cut
them
them,
down.
and make
Yeah.
them
Yep.
for little books and
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
So
cool.
I love how versatile it is, and I know my consumables are cheap. I always look at the price of consumables, whether it's a printer, whether it's a binding machine, whether it's a laminator. I always look at the total cost. You're kind of out of the screen. I'm gonna pull you right. Come on in close. We'll get cozy. The furnace is on. We'll keep each other warm. So that's what I use. That's what I recommend. If anybody else has anything to add or a machine they really love, go ahead and leave a comment below and let her know about it.
Okay, Angie Bell asks, I'm an artist and want to start turning my drawings into digi stamps. Can you tell me what software to use for this?
Hey, great, we have a business question. She should check out Renee's course. I use for digital stamps, I use, I sketch it out in pen and ink, and then I scan it to my computer and save it as a JPEG. And then I go into the program called Inkscape, and it's a free open source program. And what I do is I vectorize it. So I go under Path, click Trace Path, and basically what it does is it removes everything except for the black line, and it cleans it up, and then I can export that as a ping, which is a transparent background image. And so I take that image, I keep it saved as a ping, but then I also save it as a JPEG, which some people can only work with JPEGs with the software, so you have a ping and a JPEG version, and that's what I do. And then I just usually put a few images that are related together in a kit, so it's useful for the consumer, and then I sell it at my shop at my Graphico. But you could sell it, you know, if you had an Etsy shop or website or whatever, you could do that. However, I like my Graphico because I can sell commercial use, so that way rubber stamp companies can also license my images and use it for their products. So it just gives me a little more options to make an income from the digital stamps. So, hope that helps you.
Okay, Kirsten K or Kristen K. A crochet hook recommendations for a starter. I bought a hook to finish off knitting, but I think I would like to learn crochet as well.
Oh, okay. I'll show you my favorite, and you might have an opinion, Lorraine, because you crochet, and Kathy, you crochet too. So I love the Denise.
I might really say that.
Crochet hooks.
You know how.
I've done some before. I have a lot of my mom's stuff. And
Yeah.
some of them are, like, you can't see the end.
Oh, the tatting ones,
tiny
yeah.
ones,
Tiny
yeah.
ones. I really like this set by Denise. It's the interchangeable crochet hooks, and I will be honest, they sent me this because I had talked about their knitting needles. I love their knitting needles, and they sent me these as a thank you. But I really like them because if you do Tunisian crochet, you've got cords, so you can make a really long cord, and like you could do an Afghan and have the weight of the Afghan on the cord and resting on your lap instead of trying to balance it on the end of a long crochet hook, one of the the Afghan hooks. You have all your sizes from an F5 or a 3.75 millimeters all the way up to a 19 or a 15 millimeter size. So you'd still need your tiny thread, like if you're going to do crochet cotton or tatting, you'll still need the tiny needles, but this has so much in it. And I find them very comfortable to use. I like the nylon hooks, but you might want to try one aluminum, one plastic, and one bamboo, and see what you like. I find the bamboos to snag for me. They catch and I feel like I'm going too slow. So my choice would be these nylon or aluminum. I'm not crazy about the plastic ones. Plastic and nylon are different. The nylon, it's warm. It's kind of warm to the touch. It's not as, I don't know, it's a little slower than aluminum, but not as draggy as bamboo or plastic. So, if you can borrow one, or if you can like maybe take one out of the package at the store, AC Moore sells these. You can try it and see how it feels in your hands. But that's my advice. This set I think is probably around $50, but if you get it at AC Moore, they have coupons, so you can try that. And you can actually order them individually from the website. I think it's knitdenise.com if you want to try one and see if you like it. But Lori, what's your preference?
Well, I have most all of mine, except for the really big ones. I have them, I bought them online at Etsy from people that made the designs of the polymer clay.
Oh,
They got
nice.
flowers and butterflies. They're
Oh,
beautiful,
wow.
the little ones.
Yeah.
And then my daughter, my niece said, "You paid all that for those? What? We could just make them." I'm like, "Well, let me see."
Yeah.
So they did. They made beautiful ones for some of my other ones. So those are
Oh,
really,
so you have like a fatter handle.
yeah, much
for
fatter handle.
ergonomics.
So it's so much
Nice.
easier to use. I can use really tiny little hooks, like
Oh,
the
nice.
15 and everything.
Perfect
like
for
that.
your little flowers that you
Yeah,
were making,
yeah.
and little embellishments. Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
so I
We should do a
like that.
tutorial on that. People have been asking us, and we had so many comments because I just went through the last 5 videos and pulled all the questions, and there were a lot of comments. People want to see us do a craft together. So maybe that would be it. I don't know.
Oh, scary.
Yeah.
The whole logistics of that seems, oh, look at a cat!
Yeah.
Oh, it's a kitty cat. Look, you're having your 15 minutes of fame, little Tally. Oh, she's so, her ears are going back. I feel like a
Now,
bond
right. I have recently got into card making and was wondering where I could get cheap cardstock, as it can be a little bit pricey in art stores. Or is cardstock not best for card making? What would you recommend? I do live in the UK, so are there any online places that you know of? Thanks. I love watching the Ask a Crafter videos.
Well, we obviously do not live in the UK, but there was they don't have Michaels in the UK, do they? Because I love that Recollections cardstock. It's like my favorite card-based cardstock. It's 110 pound, but I don't think.
They do have Michaels?
No, I don't know if they have
no,
Michaels.
I
They
don't
probably don't have Michaels. But my tip would be go to a copy and print shop and see if you can see their paper samples and see if they will sell you some, because you will pay less and you may have more of a variety. And if you find a paper you love, like that's nice and thick and sturdy and perfect for card bases, order a ream. Like Google it, find a seller, or even ask the copy shop, say, can I buy a ream of this? It's not going to be that much effort for them to sell you a ream. They probably won't.
Right, and like Bacon used to cut it in half with their machine.
Yes, you could pay. Sometimes,
Yeah.
do they do that for free, or is it $1 a cut?
No,
usually?
I think it's for free, but they did close down, so, but.
Yeah. Yeah, those crazy machines will cut
Oh,
through like
yeah.
a ream of
I know.
paper at
Isn't
once.
that-
I want one of those. I want one of those. Let's get one of those. Let's chip our money. Let's pool our money and buy one of those.
Yeah.
Wait, we're gonna have 6-figure incomes here, so we can afford one of those. Love that in our Hawaii studio.
Yes.
Everybody can come take classes. We'll make a big building. Yeah. But yeah, I would try a print shop.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be less, and you should be able to get like your white, your cream, your gray, your basic colors, and then You can go with lighter weight cardstock for layering, like your colors you could get in like a 65 pound, which will cost less to mail. Although I don't know if they charge by weight in the UK or if it's just per, because I know their square cards don't cost more to mail than rectangles, but we have to pay 12 cents more to mail a square. But yeah, you'd be fine to use a lighter weight cardstock for layering or pattern paper. And I know some of your magazines, like the Card Making and Paper Craft, a lot of times they'll have like free paper packs in the magazine, so I don't know what you have to pay in your stores normally, but it may be better. I know Crate and Craft has bundles of cardstock, and that might be a better deal, because since I've never been to the UK, I don't really know what everything costs, but those are a few resources you can check out. But definitely copy and print shop first and see what they have, because you might be able to score. And sometimes they will give away like the offcuts, like when they're doing brochures, and they have these little, like maybe a 4x2 piece or whatever, they might have a stack of like scraps, and they'll give it away, and that's perfect for stamping an image on and coloring. So, you know, we used to do that for Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, get extra like samples like that. So do you guys have anything else that I have missed?
No, I just want to say, you know how we found Nina source at Target.
That's right.
They have it at Walmart.
They do? They have the Nina cardstock at
found some
Walmart?
at Walmart, yeah.
Oh wow.
It was the craft color.
Yep.
But I think they have the other colors.
Oh, they have it in craft?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to get a ring of that. How much was it? Do you remember?
It was like the 4-ish, except I think it was more, was it more paper or less? Maybe only 50 sheets instead of 75 at the white.
Oh.
But, so that was kind of cool.
Oh. I wonder if I have to cross the bridge or if I can get it. I need to cross the bridge.
Cross the bridge.
Well, I can grab a stack for you.
Oh, thank you.
When I cross the bridge this way,
I'll give you
I'm bringing it to
$4.
you.
We'll trade it. I'll trade you some tape. I'm going to order like 144 rolls of ATG generic tape here. We'll trade.
Is it my turn? Your turn?
I don't care. Somebody read something. I think
Sharon Loans, have you ever heat embossed an inkjet printout?
I have, and I know you have.
Oh yeah.
Works really great on vellum because the ink stays wetter on vellum.
Yeah, I've done it on vellum a few times and regular card before. But you kind of, I mean, it does, you have to be pretty quick.
Yeah. Somebody had asked whether they can go over it with a VersaFine. This was a totally different question, but I thought I'd mention it here because somebody did go in and answer it in the comments, but somebody suggested going over it with a VersaFine pen, Versamark pens.
Oh,
it might make it bleed a little bit, but you know, you could potentially still get a nice image that way.
Okay, Shelley Parchment asks, I'm looking to buy a nice set of colored pencils, but how many pencils do I need? Sets come in 12, 24, 36, and 72.
I would recommend that you buy the biggest set you can afford, because unlike paint, which you can, you know, mix really easily, pencils don't mix as well. You can blend your colors, but they're not gonna blend as easily. And if you are on budget restrictions, what I would recommend is the Spectrum Noir pencils, for the only fact, I mean they're fine, but for the fact that you buy a set of 24 and then you really love them and you go to buy another set of 24, they're not going to have duplicates. So all the other art pencil brands, if you buy a set of 12 and you love it and you go and buy the set of 24, those 12 are going to be in that set of 24. Those 12 are going to be in the set of 36. They just add to the set to make a larger set. So if you can only afford like maybe $20 or $30, get one set of Spectrum Noir pencils. And I'm not sponsored by Spectrum Noir, I'm just giving you this advice because you can build up without getting any duplicates that way. That's how they do their markers as well, and I really like that. It's the only company that I know that does that. Their pencils are not as opaque as Prismacolor, so you might want to also get like an open stock, like white or cream, or maybe like a flesh, like a peach tone, or maybe like any of your flesh tones you may prefer to get in like Prismacolor because they're going to be creamier and more opaque. But I really would recommend building a collection like that, especially if your budget is a concern, or if you can just afford to go get the set of 72 Prismacolors or Derwents or Polychromos, then go right ahead and get them because they're probably a little bit better. Although Prismacolors have been having some quality control issues, so maybe avoid ordering Prismacolors online. But if you've got to do it in like $20 or $30 increments, I would buy a Spectrum Noir set. See if you like it. If you do, buy another set and build on it that way. And you can also pick the type of, say, if you like painting flowers, they have it grouped by flowers. So they have a set that's for coloring flowers. They have a set that's for coloring nature. So I mean, you can really get going. You're not doing that
already.
Gosh, that was quick. Well, we chatted quite a bit at the beginning.
Yeah, we might have chatted.
All right, let's do one more question.
MBass294 ever. I have a question about homemade cards. I often cut my card fronts and decorate them with minimal decorating. I usually stick to lightweight materials, but when I attach it to a prepackaged card base, the front seems to be too heavy, even though I tried to prevent it. Any suggestions on making it lighter?
Sure. The thing I found with a lot of the pre-packaged card bases is that they're very thin. Like, and I use them quite frequently, especially if I'm doing like Christmas cards and stuff without a lot of layering. But like, you know, when you go to the craft store and you buy that pack of 50 or pack of 25 cards and envelopes, they tend to be a lighter cardstock. So I would recommend getting, well, I love that Recollections 110-pound cardstock from Michael's because it's so heavy. And I would actually work on the card so that you would know whether you're getting it too heavy or not. Another thing you can do with those pre-packaged card bases is to decorate the inside of the card. So you're really decorating the back panel, but it's like on the area you would write. So maybe layer a pretty patterned paper and a piece of cardstock. That way those card bases won't go to waste and you can still have a highly decorated front. And it will balance it so when it's sitting on its edge, it's not going to be top front heavy. It'll balance itself out. Do you guys have any other tips for
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I don't buy the pre-made ones that often. I just make my own. And
Yeah.
I have some lighter, you know, the cheaper cardstock stuff for my kids that use, and I have some of their reflections, which is nice. And so
Yeah, I love them for like for Christmas cards because I go through. I make so many Christmas cards that to have that.
I never get my Christmas cards done, so that.
Well, there. Well, that's it for today. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have a comment, please leave it down below. And if you can help anybody that's asked a question that we've answered, if you have any anything to add, go ahead and add it below. I love how people get into conversations in the comments and they share with each other and they help each other, and that's really what is so special about doing these videos, and that's why I like to do them every week, because I know you guys are all there helping each other out. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and until next time, happy crafting.